Nick Cantos. Hi Declan.
Right, lads, welcome to the stream. Hopefully we're good on audio. Hey Nick, how's it going? Let's have a little look at this audio, shall we, and make sure that you can all hear my mic. That would be ideal. We're just waiting for the stream to buffer, to catch up on my phone. Excellent, right, we have a working mic. Always good. Okay, so what we are doing today is we are on the ground in KLAX and we are going over to Phoenix in our trusty 737-800 from PMDG in Muzfus simulator, and we are on the Pilot Edge ATC network. I don't think I've ever streamed Pilot Edge before. I might have done a video with it, so yeah, this is going to be fun. We're going to take our sweet time here preparing the aircraft because it is Pilot Edge, so we do need to be extra prepared. But we will get moving. Let's have a little look. So,
winds 260 at 12 knots, gust of 0 knots.
Winds looks like it's going to be a southwesterly kind of departure, if you like. So the first thing I'm going to go do, we've already got first officer in here. So that's the menu.
Nick Cantos. Is Pilot Edge like VATSIM?
Brief. It is like VATSIM, so it is a network, but it is a paid network that covers certain parts of the US.
RUBN 202. Hi.
Hey Ruben. It is a paid network that covers certain parts of the US, and it is used by flight schools and things for training, but they allow home simmers to also connect up and use it. So it's more realistic than VATSIM, but you know, it's also less expansive in terms of its coverage. I need to go here, pre-file, and we're going to go here. Approaches. That's what we need to say now. That's now filed. Go back to our sim brief plan, and we will connect up to. Where's Pilot Edge? Here we go. Connect up to Pilot Edge. No, we don't want your shitty update on the moment. I need to do that right now. Connect up here. Call signs the same as last time. There we go. Excellent. Let's go to AirNav for KLAX.
Santa Barbara Ground, November 6427, Whiskey's ready for taxi.
And we want the delivery 120.35. I use vPilot to enter my frequencies because TFM's frequency dialog is unreliable. I tend to find. Swing over to clearance, and now just turn it down a little bit. We can also open another tab and go onto the find the Pilot Edge ATIS website. Oh, sorry, on KLAX actually. Info Bravo is current. Blah, blah, blah. So the departing runway is 24 left and 25 right. Excellent. Okay, that makes sense with the with the winds. Before we get ahead of ourselves, though, let's go and get ourselves. Where's my? Here it is. Gotta go all the way back up to the blooming top of this OFP. I want my block fuel. Going past all these NOTAMs. Right, here we go. So taking 15,585. Call it 15,6. And then ZFW is 125.9. Alright, 25.9. Which gives us a load level of 72.5. That looks good. Okay, we'll go over here and we'll get oops, not that. Get LAX in there. And TFM got stuck with the scratch pad. Clear that again. LAX into current position, that's fine. We'll align our IRSs. Thank you. Make sure our scratch pad gets cleared if we can, and then we're going KLAX to KPHx. There we go. Throw in our co-route. And then we are expecting so cruise is 370, we're expecting a 2-4 left departure via the, what is that? DOTS 2, yeah, with the culinary transition. So we'll pop over here and grab our clearance, and it was info Bravo that we got a minute ago. We'll whack open our notepad, turn this back up.
Frequency, we'll let you know when number 1 for parking 56790. Santa Barbara Tower, System 506, holding short 15 left for the VFR departure with information as well.
November 2506, November Tower, runway 15 left, clear for takeoff.
You got runway 15 left, 503.
Under this delivery, hello, Vision 1982, we have information Bravo, IFR to Phoenix, please.
Vision 1982, Los Angeles, Grand Square to Phoenix Airport, DOTS 2 departure, scenery transition done as filed. Ground via SID except maintain 5,000, departure frequency 125.2, squawk 7265.
Thanks for clear to the Phoenix Airport, DOTS 2 departure, culinary transition. Climb via SID except to maintain 5,000, departure 125.2, squawk 7265, Vision 1982.
Vision 1982, read back, correct. November 544.
Excellent. So we'll get this squawk here. We'll go throw this in here. We know it's the DOTS 2. We're going to assume 2-4 left. We can ask for that when we contact ground. Let's go over here to this guy. Pilot Edge, shut up, go down a bit. Overdue the rest of our FMC. Okay. Overdue departures. Here we go. Feel free to ask any questions, guys, although I can't guarantee I'll be able to answer them because it is going to be a very busy flight. So if you've got any questions, then maybe best time once we've landed is to ask them then, and I will sit on the ground for a little bit, chat with you all. You know, I mean, I'll still be able to chat with you all, but I'm just, you know, it's going to be pretty busy. So, right, first officer's doing his pre-flight stuff. Packs have just gone to auto. Right, we want 2-4 left. Right there, and then we want DOTS 2 with the Canary transition. Excellent. We can go to Tramp and load our flight plan here, so that we can at least look at our procedures and just get ready to make the reposition. Okay, there we go. Didn't mean to click that. Stop. Okay, good. I don't think it actually got around to starting. Okay, I'm just going to leave First Officer off for the second. I just stopped tramp out. I accidentally clicked on First Officer's window. It's fine. What I was actually trying to do is look here. It also, hold on.
Ruben 202.
Doesn't matter if the pack's
Imagine
wrong.
flying on Pilot Edge with tramp and no TFM like in the old days.
Oh yeah, no, Ruben, not with tramp. That's. I think tramp's limit is VATSIM. Like you can do VATSIM, but not Pilot Edge. Like, no, it's too much for the old thing. Okay, we got 2-4 left already in there. What is it saying for our approach? It's currently got 08 plan. That works for us. There's the Hydra 1 for 08. Let's go and throw this in here as well, just in preparation, or we'll double check it. ILS 8. Hydra 1, BLH transition, and then onto the ILS 08. Do we have a transition here? No, we don't need one. We do not need one. No. Excellent. And then we were going to be 370 is our cruise. I don't think that works. Throw that in there. ZFW in there. What is our fin res? It's 4.7. And cost index is 13. That's disgusting, but okay. Let's have a look at this. 370. Yeah, I'll give a name, but well, screw you. Alright, that looks good. We'll execute that. N1, we'll just do TO1, climb 1, should be fine. Just do flaps 5, who cares? Throw in the CG. 136, 137, 146, so we'll accept those V speeds. We'll throw 146 in there. Runway heading is 251. And the altitude was 5,000. Alright. That's all looking good. Let's go get a wind request. And we'll also start up FSA. Okay, do you, that's fine. You get out of here. Right. We can load our forecast. And we'll go to descent. And here, load our descent. Yeah, you go there, you go there. Let's make sure all our doors are closed. Yes, they are. Right, where's First Officer? You don't shut up whining about that plane. Shut up.
I'm halfway between the grass and the airport, but I see that on my 4 flight that I was on the air flight. I'm going to restart my computer. I'll be back to Delta Pop.
Right, we don't care much about First Officer. We'll use it for the flows in a minute. Let's have a quick look at this departure in here. So it's straight out. Continue to Delray. Yeah, 5,000 or below, and we're going to be 5,000 arrays except to maintain 5,000. That was a restriction.
Alexander's Vorse loves.
Perfectly acceptable.
Hi, Declan.
Alexander, how's it going? Right, that all looks fine. I just want to have a quick look at the chart for dots.
Find dialog. No. KPHx. And find dialog. Text dots found. Okay.
How the
ACDR.
fuck
Form document pilot. Comment. Semi flight. Rate. Semi flight. ATC slash SBI 1982. With ATC dispatch. Route heading level. Route ID. The other end. DBS2. Slash DOTSS.
Oh, it's
Airport operations heading.
1T.
Location. AA information effective. Table. 2000. Table. No previous heading. Find dialog. DOTSS. Other table. 57. Column 219. Column 1. Column 220. Column 13. Column 200. Column 221. Find dialog. Other table with 7 star standard terminal. Star standard terminal levels. ID instrument. Approach procedures. Departure procedures. Column 1.
Robert
Star standard
Houdin.
terminal levels. ID instrument. Approach procedures.
Hi
Departure procedures.
there.
Column 3 pages. Link 1 link 2. 397 AB.
Hey Robert,
Until brave.
how's Friday?
Blank.
Right, here's the chart. I just want to check there's no top
251
altitude.
degrees. Find dialog. Take. Hey. Zero top altitude.
Here we go.
17,000.
Top altitude
70 top altitude. DPSS. 15,000.
is
7L/R. NATC. White 24L/R. 25L/R. Standard with minimum climb.
standard with minimum climb.
500 feet per annum to 640.
Looks like it's 17,000.
15 DPS top altitude. 17,000. DSZ. 100 CLNC. 100 DF. 17,000 top altitude.
So we need to remember that.
DPSS.
Oscar Romeo Kilo Echo.
15 white 6 white 24 500 heading level 2SW3. The black.
And this is why you need these charts for Pilot Edge. You need to be able to look at the top altitudes and things.
100 CPDLC. 100 CLNCL. 135.65. CLNs 100 CPPN. 100W. 100S. 100 Los Angeles.
Is there any other
100
restrictions?
100 17 over 17. 70 heading level 2 Los Angeles ATL. Max. Heading level 2. RNAV.
Yeah, apologies.
Heading
I'm not
level
sure
2.
what happened there.
Heading level 2. DPS to DPS.
It looks correct.
Following turn to aircraft only. Turn to RNAV required. DME/DME/ROTPO.
Radar required. Turbojet aircraft only, so it's only the jet SID. Chart not to scale. Narrative on following page. Let's have a quick look at that narrative, shall we?
Black. Embedded object unavailable. 81 Los Angeles. Los Angeles ATL. Los Angeles. CLE online transitor. DPS 2.CLE. CLE transitor. DPS 2.CLE. RNAV. DPS 2.CLE. DPS 17,000. DPS 2.CLE. DPS 2 departure. DPS 17,230.
That's
Robert
17.
Houdin. Just good.
DPS 2 departure. RNAV.
Made 2 BVI flights this week after a while.
Yeah, I saw Robert. Nice to have you flying with us again.
17. Transition. Maintain
Nice
17,000.
work.
Expect 5 altitude 5 minutes after departure.
17,000.
Ruben
Expect
202.
altitude 5
Wait,
minutes
how
after.
are you
Okay.
accessing the charts?
They're
I thought
PDFs,
they weren't
Ruben.
accessible.
Well, they kind of are. They're PDFs, so they're kind of in table forms, and there's bits and bobs all over the place.
United States.
But the particular bits where you need, like the top altitude, you can normally find. So they're PDFs and they're on air now, at least for the US.
The DPS is above 15,000. Let's not.
Pulsing over
All over 3,000. Then on track
50,000.
220 degrees. Cross WEI over 5,000. Then on the repeated route. Take off runway 25R. Climb heading 251 degrees to 600. All the cross dot the 17th of DPS 2 departure. RNAV. The 17th of 17. Dot. Transition. Maintain 17,000. Expect 5 altitude 5 minutes after departure. Take off the all over 3,000. Take off runway 25L. Climb heading 251 degrees to 640. Then climb direct across IPR. Take off the DPS is above 15,000. Let's not. All over 3,000. Then on track 253 degrees. Crossing over 5,000. Then on the repeated route. Take off runway 24R. Climb heading 251 degrees to 640. Take off the all over 3. Take off runway 24L. Climb heading 251 degrees to 640. Then climb
So here we go. So it shows you here. Take off runway 24 left.
Climb heading 251 degrees.
Climb heading 251 degrees to 640 feet. Then climb direct to cross Delray at and then it cuts off, so I don't know what it was trying to say. But that's fine. We know what it's. We know what we're doing after Delray. I just wanted to double check this top altitude. So top altitude looks to be 17,000. So we will not be if we're told to climb by the SID after 5,000. We will not be going above 17,000 without further clearance. Right, and then we need to find our ground frequency. This is another Pilot Edge difference. You don't get the frequency list like on VATSIM. You've got to find the frequencies. So search for ground.
121.65 north, KPHx. 121.75 south, KPHx. 327.0. Both column 1 lows. Column 2, 100, column 1 Los Angeles tower. Both column 1 Los Angeles round.
Now that's interesting because we've got north and south. I don't know which one we're going to be on.
Column 2 west, 121 west, 121.4.
I'm just going to go with the west one.
4.
And should be fine. I mean, we're only asking him to reposition.
Sydney flight reasonable.
Normally they have a runway associated with them, but that's just a cardinal direction, so that's not very helpful.
ACDR, form dot name, pilot, column 512.
So we'll
1214,
1214, and let's have a
Los Angeles tower. Column 2, 119.8 helicopters, 120.95 south, CPLX 133.9 north, CPLX 239.3 CPLX and 379.1 south. CPLX. Both 5 column 1 south approach.
we're going to want to be there.
120.95 south, CPLX 133 north, CPLX 239 north, CPLX and LA 379.1 south, CPLX 119.8 helicopters, 120.95 south, CPLX 133.9 north, CPLX 239.3 north, CPLX and 379.1 south. CPLX 100 helicopters, 120.95.
We're going to want to be, I would assume south.
CPLX 133.9 north.
I don't know, we'll find out.
100 south, 120.95.
12095, so we'll just copy that to the clipboard. Okay, and then departure, we already had, we were given that,
7,265. 7,200, 5,000, via SID.
which was 125.2. I'll write that down at the bottom, just there, so we got it. So yeah, I think we're all good actually. I think we're all good. I don't think if we've missed anything, I don't think so. So we'll get this guy doing his before start crap here. His fuel pumps on and whatnot. And APU of course. Let's get some outside views where APU fires up. And yeah, well, I think we're going to be alright. We'll get reposition clearance here in a minute once we're fully started up. Alright, switching over to the APU there via the buses. Alright.
Robert Hoodin. Always lovely sounds at this point.
Yeah, true, Robert, it really is, yeah. Right, fuel pumps on, packs are already off. Thanks to First Officer. There goes our anti-collision. And we're pretty much ready to start. Get rid of that, yeah. Ground power. Hopefully he's going to get rid of the chocks. If not, I'll go do it. It's also fine. Is my speed brake? Speed brake in the right position, yeah. One other thing we can check is our trim value. I didn't check that. I don't think we want too much trim because obviously, yeah, 125. You know, we're not way off or way up on the elevation. Trim at ones. 484. Give it a bit of trim. I'm not going to go all that way. I'll be careful with that.
Nightbird.
Start these engines.
Donations are not necessary, but if you would like to support the stream in any way, visit https://www.paypal.me/vipalots.
Enjoy the startups. And we'll take flaps to 5 as well, just in preparation. Ooh, look at that. Hell yeah! CFM! CFM!
Robin Kipp. Hey. I've just returned home, now tuned into your stream. Best of luck with your first streamed Pilot Edge flight, bro.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it all goes tits up, you know how it is when you start streaming something. Even though we've done, I don't know, countless Pilot Edge flights with no issues, I don't know, in the past week, but now it's probably all going to go tits up, but hopefully it all goes well. Yeah, I thought I'd do a little flight here just to demo it on stream before we do our podcast.
Number 1 starter engaged. Number 1 fuel valve open. Number 1 generator active. Number 1 ignition on.
Robert Hoodin. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, hopefully, Robert. Hopefully, we don't get yelled at today on Pilot Edge for something that goes wrong. Can certainly happen. You've got to be right on your game. Interesting thing, Rob, with these frequencies, like it's showing like Tower is having like a north and a south complex frequency, which is kind of awkward because we don't know. Normally it'll have it depending on the runway. Didn't have that, so it's kind of awkward to tell which one it's going to be. Let's bend the sim down a bit.
All engines stable.
That's still a bug.
Robin Kipp. Great idea indeed. I'm sure it will be fine. Definitely crossing my fingers though.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Packs come back on. Get rid of that APU, we don't care about it now. Don't need it. And I believe I already put us to ground. Let me double check. Yeah, so 121.4 is the west ground frequency. 12165 is the north ground frequency. And then 121.75 is the south complex. So who the hell knows what we're supposed to be on? To be honest with you, it's not very clear, but if they want to give us a different frequency, then you know, so be it. And we'll have it run before TO now, just for ease. Here is Trump. Let's just shove this back up to the top of our plan, and yeah, we're expecting 2-4 left. And we'll turn the ATC back up. So MCP is all set. Yeah, looks good, okay. Los Angeles ground vision 1982 is fully ready for the reposition. Runway 24 left, whenever works.
1982 LA ground reposition approved.
24 left approved, thanks. Vision 1982. Alright, perfect. So we'll just pause the sim once we reposition so we don't get any kind of strange bounces. And we'll
500. Is that right?
back on there.
Approaching runway 24 left on runway 24 left.
Alright, let's make sure that's on. Runway guidance, that's off. Just center our controls. Make sure our auto throttle's on. Well, let me also check quickly, did it do the chocks or not today? I did do it today, it decided to show up, it's nice. And I believe I have this frequency copied. Yeah, 12095 is tower. Then departure was 25 2, so we'll whack that in here as well.
Robert Hoodin. Is FS Airlines on?
Yes, Robert, it is on, yeah. That's a good point though, we can double check. Yeah, it's still tracking us. It's always good to check when you reposition in case it kicks off. But yeah, FSA is on. Alright.
Number 2 and 9 Juliet Whiskey, Joshua departure radar contact, climb and maintain 9,000.
9,000, 9 Whiskey.
Angeles Tower, Vision 1982, runway 24 left, fully ready on departure.
Vision 1982, Los Angeles Tower, RNAV Delray, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV Delray, 24 left, clear takeoff, Vision 1982, thanks. Alright, let's hit it. There we go, now it's off. Alright, it's all 40. And Toga.
Cross set.
Check.
27 knots.
Speed to lock.
Check.
Alright.
61 knots.
80 knots.
Check.
77 knots. 93 knots. 108 knots. 122 knots.
Rotate.
Alright, gently, gently.
136 knots.
Up 2, up 3, up 4, up 5, up 6, up 7, up 8, up 9.
149 knots. Level.
Gear up.
Up 9, up 10, up 11, up 12, left 1.
Watch that pitch.
Up 11, up 10, gear up off. Up 11,
Heading select.
up 10, up 9.
V nav.
I think that's good time down.
Autopilot.
Tango Bravo, we are ready to go.
Minus 1.
November 645 Tango Bravo,
So,
where are you
up to 9. This is the pilot,
by the tower.
Flaps 1.
Flaps are coming in 1.
Take Bravo, runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Turn that off.
30 right via Alpha Bravo.
Sit down a little.
Vision 1982, contact departure.
Departure Vision 1982.
Tap control. Edit.com 2. Black.
Alright, there we go, over to departure.
185 knots indicated.
Looking good.
Black. S. Black. S. Connect. 2,490 feet laser.
Alright.
2,589 feet laser.
I got departure Vision 1982, passing 2,600, climbing via the SID 5,000.
Vision 1982, so cover to contact Columbia South.
Climb via SID Vision 1982.
Next waypoint. No. Distance 8 nautical miles. There.
Flaps up.
Okay, flaps are coming up.
Tower, Cessna 506, 12 mile west, inbound to land. Full stop with information and Foxtrot.
Flaps 0. Flaps 0.
Right, I'm assuming then we can go to 17,000.
7000.
Number 2506, Van Nuys Tower, enter right base for my 1.
Because that was the top altitude, right? I mean, I assume so. Climb via SID.
Right base or runway 16 right, 2006.
70,000 selected.
I don't know, I might query that.
0, 0, 0. 5,000.
I'm going to leave it at 5 for now, actually.
Number 2506,
I'll query it.
16 right, clear to land.
Microsoft Startup to ACDRT S time come 4
After takeoff checklist. Engine bleed.
On. Tax.
Vision 1982, just confirm we were cleared through 5,000, climb via the SID.
Vision 1982, stand by.
Landing gear.
Landing gear is
Up
up
and
and
off.
off.
Flaps.
Up no lights.
Checklist complete.
Vision 1982, you're given the climb via the SID instruction, so climb via the SID.
Climb via the SID, Vision 1982. Alright, fine, so we're able to fly.
Black 1 8 8. Next waypoint 8.
1, 7,000.
17,000.
And we'll hit intervene.
Formed up the pilot Microsoft flight startup to ACDRT leg.
Excellent.
ACDRT 250 degree 1.1. Now 250/5723.
And there's no restriction there.
250/9024.
I don't think there was any other restrictions. There was just a 5,000 or below restriction that we've already passed.
103/285/13,140.
So there we go. There was just I think just the 17,000 top altitude restriction. Right.
253 knots indicated.
Speed is good.
5,766 feet laser.
Climbing through 5,000 now. Yeah, I just wanted to query that with him because he initially cleared us to 5 and then said climb via the SID. A lot of different phraseologies in different parts of the US on Pilot Edge that you'll experience. So you just kind of have to experience each one of them and see what exactly they want you to do. In this case, they were essentially saying, okay, cancel the 5,000 that we were told to maintain and continue climb via the SID. So.
Vision 1982, contact Los Angeles Center 124.62.
124.62, Vision 1982, thanks.
Informed on pilot command 4. 16124.62, come on.
Alright.
8,398 feet laser.
London Center Vision 1982, climbing through 8,400.
Ruben 202. Is it me or do all these controllers sound the same?
LA Center, climb and maintain level 370.
I'm going to take level 370, thanks, Vision 1982. Alright, now we're all the way up to through that top altitude, so 370 now cleared to.
37,000.
Excellent. Yes, Ruben, they are the same. It is the same person. Pilot Edge is paid, so they have controllers who are also paid to provide the service. So they only have so many controllers. And it's like VATSIM, it's essentially top-down coverage, although even though it's the same guy, you actually have to change frequencies on Pilot Edge, so you can't... it's not like VATSIM where you just would go on LA Center and that's it. You still got to go to the different frequencies and they still simulate all the frequencies being present, even though it's the same guy. Yeah.
Pilot row 1, ACDRT legs on edit. AC 134 degrees 5.2 and 1, 285/13,104.
Alright, so we made a left turn. And we're looking good.
11,000 feet.
What is our cruise speed going to be? We can probably bump that up.
182.774.
Yeah, 0.774. Let's go like 0.79 or something. That's
Execute.
rubbish. Alright, on our way. How much do we have? 335. Okay, this is still complaining about that 280 knots. Shut up.
Next waypoint, Alps, distance 12,000 feet.
I would assume that's a descent thing. I'll type in here 790/280.
80.
CDU message is read. Invalid entry.
Why is that invalid? Okay, point 79/280. Yes, thank you. Right, so that should shut it up complaining about unable 280 knots is because we've got such a low cost index.
November 299 Julie Whiskey, SoCal approach Burbank, altimeter 29902.
Quick cabin view. There we go. Should be a cabin.
15,000 feet. Next waypoint, DOTSS. Distance 30 nautical miles. Bearing 80 degrees 4 minutes 56 seconds. 16,000 feet.
November 645 Tango Rebel, contact departure.
We can go pull up on the Pilot Edge ATIS page. I'm going to pull up Phoenix ATIS, just so we've got that and we can prep it. Yep, so arriving 7, 9 and 8, that's what we've got, so that works for us.
Departure radar contact.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that's standard. The wind's doing variable at 3. It shouldn't trouble us at all. It's nothing at all. Nice. Alright, well, we're on our way then.
November 6427 Whiskey, SoCal approach to Ontario, altimeter 299.
Only 171 till descent already, so it's not a long flight at all.
feet.
Can you hear me on stream?
November 2506, taxi
I can hear you, I would assume stream can hear you as well. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know whether you'd taken me out of the mix.
Oh, you're there.
I'm not doing another one tonight.
Yeah, they're intense. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I just got yelled at by Denver. He tried to tell me that a waypoint that was on the star. He tried to tell me that a waypoint that was on the longs 2 wasn't on the longs 2.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Which, for some reason, RL never disconnected, so I understand that. I was just like, yeah, we'll sort it. So the waypoint wants to go direct to. So it says, where are you tracking now? It says, we're going direct Dork, Delta Oscar Romeo Kilo.
Robin Kip.
He's just like,
confirming Marshall can be heard on the stream.
Just like, oh, yeah, it is, I see it.
Oh, so it was a waypoint on it on the arrival.
Yeah, I mean, I wondered what I was.
Pilot Edge were wrong. Unacceptable. You know what that calls for.
This is unacceptable. Come on, well, let's not do this again.
Unacceptable. Pilot
yeah,
Edge.
Exactly. I was seeing Trump and TFM and they were both telling me that. The waypoint. Says, can you spell that for us so I can, you know, it just says, can you spell that waypoint for us?
Robin Kip.
Oh, it's not worried
Also,
about it.
great takeoff. Keep it up.
And then after all that, he was just like, just so you know, you are 4 miles off course. And I'm just thinking, well, yeah, I've just had a back-to-front exchange review trying to work out where I'm actually supposed to be going, so that doesn't help.
Alright. Yeah, thanks Rob, yeah, it's good. As, you know, the only thing was that 5,000, I was like, oh, damn, are we supposed to stick at 5 then? And then, like when he said climb via the SID, I was like, do you mean climb via the SID with two 5,000, you know, or cancel 5,000? Well, obviously it meant cancel 5,000, so good to know if we get that instruction. I was like, I'd rather stick at 5 for a second and double check with him. Continue climbing and get the usual, you know, say altitude.
Route 202. I had a bit of a fuck up on VATSIM myself today.
But yeah, I mean.
It's a day for fuck ups.
Yeah, the 4 miles off course thing didn't help. I mean, I already knew that it was going to be bad because I just had a back-to-front exchange with him and he wouldn't give me a direct. So yeah, of course I'm going to go off course.
Yeah.
Have a
look at this arrival, just make sure it all checks out. Spink! Wow, okay. That's 240 or above. 220 below. There's Hydra, okay. A lot of altitude restrictions as expected.
26,000 feet.
210 at 7 Falgo.
3001, K210/5000 day.
Cage, yeah. And then there's that, and then the approach continues straight in from there. There's no
Whiskey SoCal approach, Los Angeles altimeter 2993.
no transition. 3,000 straight in. So I'll change that to like 180/4000 just for ease. I think they're just going to clear it straight in on that. There shouldn't be any need for vectors. We can go, let me just find easier, here we go. Hydra. No, that's the... I'm just curious to read the chart, see if there's any speeds or expectations that we need to meet. This is all table bullshit that's not really much use. See following page, radar required. It's a turbojet only arrival. Salem, okay, so that's...
091 degrees, 091 degrees, 270 degrees, 7 level to 80 to 140, 120.75,
gives you some frequencies here, but we don't really need those. 1241 for tower is, you know, useful. Now a quick look on page 2 of the chart. Have a little waypoints and tables, and we don't really can't make much sense over the screen reader because they don't match up. Just looking for any notes or anything. Same thing. Similar, to be honest. Yeah, okay. So I don't think there's really anything we need on that. Sometimes you'll find there's little tidbits of info. It might say expect to be given a certain flight level at a certain waypoint, or it might say, you know, maintain a certain speed, like 280 knots or something that's maybe not published on the procedure. You know, things like that can happen, but nothing really in this case to be aware of. So we can already see that the bottom altitude is 4,000 pretty much, and then you go straight onto the approach. And I would guess that before that point they're going to clear us on the approach from a certain waypoint, which would be this initial approach fix, which is Jamil. From Jamil, clear ILS 08 approach is something similar to what I might expect.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, to be fair to them, I don't ask for nor do I expect any special favours, even though that was my second flight on the network. You know, I got something wrong. It does feel a bit embarrassing.
So I don't. So what was the problem? Basically, you just flew off course because you had an LNAV.
November 645 Tango Bravo, Joshua approach the Mojave, altimeter 3003.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, there you go. There's a lesson. Check for discounts.
Yeah.
Don't just trust that it's gonna put an arrival in and all be a-okay.
Yeah, I think something must have happened like earlier on. I just didn't notice there was going to be an issue with it, because I was fighting with it when I shouted downstairs, and I was just like, no, not now.
How long have we got? Got 98 miles to descent here. Yeah. Barely going to be at 370 for long. Have a little look at frequencies and whatnot. We're going to do flaps 40, which is 138.
November 2900 Whiskey.
We'll add 5 for wind correction, and that's 143. That's fine. Frequency 111.7578 degrees. So, gotta make sure that gets tuned.
Good. Whiskey SoCal approach, Sean line altimeter 2902, expect visual approach from 820 right.
Head back up into the cockpit, make sure no alarms are blaring at us, that'd be awkward.
November 56790, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
That's slower climbing.
1,296 feet per minute.
We're not doing bad, but
need
to get up there ASAP. Got 10 minutes till descent, so we might spend 5 minutes or so at cruise.
November 56790, sliding 320 vectors to the field, it's going to maintain 4,000.
Feet. Next waypoint, CSTWY, distance 22 nautical miles, bearing 80 degrees 2 minutes, 39 seconds.
also think he was expecting the waypoint to be spelled out. I think he might have took offence when I said dork. I think he might have thought I was calling him a dork. So we're tracking direct dork.
Yeah, it kind of makes it sound like it's I'm tracking direct, you dork. Oh no.
Yeah.
You're gonna get kicked off.
Oh gosh.
No, I'm sure he realised what you were talking about when he realised the waypoint was also called dork.
Yeah.
November 2900 Julia Whiskey, turn left heading 090, just to maintain 3000.
I need to get a redemption flight in tomorrow if that guy's still on. Because I'm not happy leaving it at that.
Which guy is it? This guy? Same guy on the stream or another guy?
I don't know, I've not had the stream on, let me check.
I would guess a different guy. I mean, we just departed out of LA, so probably a different guy.
I think it's the same guy we got out of Seattle last night. Or you got out of Seattle, my failed attempts got out of Seattle.
I think we had two. Is it that Marcus guy? Who knows?
feet.
Nearly cruise 370.
November 56790, turn right heading 330, report the field in sight, currently 1 o'clock, 7 miles. November 56790, please visual approach runway 16 right, contact NS Tower 119.3.
No, it's not him, it's somebody else. It's not him, it's on stream.
Fair enough.
November 56790, Van Nuys Tower, runway 16 right, clear to land.
I'm just going to go get another drink and stuff and get changed.
Vision 1982, cross Skull at flight level 250.
Cross Skull, flight level 250, Vision 1982.
ACDRT legs on.
Alright, so
November 2900, Juliet Whiskey, John Airport, 1 o'clock, 17 miles.
we've already got that plugged in, so we'll set 25,000 in our MCP. In preparation. We'll run our descent checklist now, also in preparation.
Set.
Recall.
Check.
Auto brake on. Auto brake 1. Auto brake 2.
Auto brakes.
Set.
Ruben
Two
202.
is fine.
Actually,
Checklist
is it
complete.
okay if I come on TT for a bit?
ILS set.
I mean, if you want, Ruben, maybe after we've landed. I just don't want too many people talking in my ear. I mean, if we had longer at cruise, I'd say yeah, but since we're probably going to be on the approach in like 10 minutes.
111.75, course, 78.
Yeah, so it's tuned down nav radios
November 2900,
correctly. I think 08 was what we had on SimBrief anyway, so
126.
it's fine. And
Distance to left, 4750. Zip.
yeah, 47 miles, and then we'll begin down at 250 at Skulls.
Ruben 202. Yeah, sure. I'll come on after you have landed.
November 2900, Juliet Whiskey, John
Alright,
Tower, runway
sweet.
20 right, clear to land. November 6427 Whiskey, contact SoCal approach 126.7. November 64 Tango Bravo, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, contact Mojave Tower 127.6.
Next waypoint, VLH. Distance 43 nautical miles. Bearing 17 degrees 5 minutes, 9 seconds.
Altimeter 2983.
Alright, I'm back.
Ah.
I assume you took your headset just then.
Huh? Yes.
November 645 Tango Bravo, Mojave Tower, enter right downwind, runway 26, report midfield. Crowd 5422 Las Vegas, clearance clear to Los Angeles Airport by the radar to departure, black transition, then on files, climb via SID, squawk 7425. Crowd 5422, radar to departure, black transition, then as filed, rest of read back correct.
Land California, United States. 24.6 nautical miles, 194 degrees. Distance to the left, 16/0, 022. Mach 0.79, 485 knots ground speed. Refresh funnel, headed with line CDRT legs on.
And we already did our descent forecast uplink, so we don't need to do that again. And we'd already put the arrival in at that point, so all is good with that. You can also have a little look at the missed approach procedure. In case. So, literally, okay, so we track 2 miles on the heading, make a slight right turn, and then continue the right turn
Minaku Cadet.
to Evans, which
Yolo.
is 5,000. So, yeah, we'll remember 5,000 as the missed if we can. Hey, I don't know what that name was with the TTS, I'll have to check that out, but welcome. He was probably on Twitch.
Minaku Cadet. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good, thanks. We're just here doing a little, very short flight actually on Pilot Edge. So, very up and down. We're going to be out of here, out of cruise here in a minute.
Minaku Cadet. Glad to hear that. Minaku Cadet. Oh, alright, alright. Minaku Cadet. How long have you been streaming?
November 645 Tango Bravo, runway 26.
Probably about 3-4 years, maybe more, probably 5 years, off and on, but just when I get the time.
Parking via Alpha monitor ground.
Mainly for our blind pilot viewers, but also, you know, stream it on Twitch as well to show any sighted viewers how
Whiskey, contact Palm Springs Tower,
how we fly as blind pilots.
Minaku Cadet. That's nice. How is it going so far?
Flight's going well. Going very well. No major issues.
36,000 feet.
There we go, we're now on our descent.
1223 Santa Barbara clearance, clear to the Santa Catalina Airport.
Down to cross Skulls at 250.
Expect 5,000 for departure. Departure frequency 120.5.
We should be speeding up to 280
Nice.
here in a minute. 280 was descent. Well, there was some 280 not restriction.
November 1223, is that correct?
34,000 feet.
Minaku Cadet. Well, let me be honest with you, I'm an artist looking for some commission work, so is there anything with which I can help you out?
No thanks. No thank you. I'm aware you probably go around streamers with very small viewerships and advertise your services, which is fair enough, but no thank you. So,
Switching to 125.
if you want to continue watching, then that's fine by me. If not, then that's also fine, but no thank you. I'm alright with the stream. I don't need an overlay.
32,000 feet.
Round 272 Lima, Las Vegas approach, Las Vegas altimeter 29906, advise you have whiskey.
Right, and then our VREF is going to be 143, gotta remember that too.
31,000 feet.
Minaku Cadet. I can make you a logo, banner, overlay, and emotes for very reasonable prices as compared to the market.
30,000 feet. Feet.
Vision 1982, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
Albuquerque 128.45, Vision 1982, thanks.
AC form.nf, KPHx,
128.45.
28,342 black A. 28,194 feet.
Albuquerque Vision 1982 is 250, turning to be 250 at Skull.
Vision 1982, Albuquerque Center, Phoenix altimeter 2983, descend via Hyder 1 arrival, runway 28, correction, runway 8.
Altimeter 2983, descend via the Hydra 1, runway 8, Vision 1982, thanks.
27,000 feet.
Oh no, Rob! Is this a symbol of bad luck?
Feet.
Okay, well, we don't need that 2,500 anymore. So we can set 4,000 in there, which I believe was our bottom altitude. Continue our descent. And runway 8 is what we're already selected on.
Selection removed.
Yeah, I got this controller on final. There wasn't any Well, I was actually glad of the change, to be honest, because I feel like I embarrassed myself on the last one.
Robin Kip. LOL. Had to laugh so hard right now. Your luck has definitely run out.
Yeah, I think so, Rob. I think so. Good thing it's going to be, well, hopefully it's going to be an easy approach. And no vectors or something to screw us up. Well, not that the controllers are going to screw us up, but if we screw it up, we're going to know about it. So we'll, yeah, hopefully we're just going to get cleared in. Yeah, have a little look here. On this procedure, I think it was, I think the last waypoint was the same as the approach. Yeah, it was last on the star was Jamal, so it's also 4,000 feet.
Minaku Cadet. Have you answered?
No, please bugger off. There's your answer. Sorry, I'm not interested. And now you're getting on my nerves. If I can find restream chat, here you go.
Minaku Cadet.
Go away.
Alright.
Yeah, thank you. Go away. Go away.
Ruben 202. Piss off.
Yeah, please piss off. Go away. Okay.
279 knots in bit. So 0.93317.7 nm. 1 SNRI 280/F220B.
So we're going to be 220 or below here.
22,363 feet.
Which we're going to be pretty easily.
0.93316.6 nm. feet.
Robert Hooden. Good luck on landing.
Thanks, Robert.
277 knots. ACDRT like 0.93330.1 SNRI 280/F220B.
So we're still 280 at here.
Robin Kip. Should have asked him to design a band hammer for himself.
Oh, I know, dude. They're fucking annoying as fuck. They go around these small streams. If they find a stream with a small amount of viewers, they go in there and they start, oh, how are you? Oh, you know, what are you doing? How long have you been streaming? You know, I mean, I don't mind it per se. I mean, yeah, sure, you got to get commissioned somewhere, you know, but it's just bullshit. Like, they make a feeble attempt at kind of connecting with you, and then they bring that out. Like, come on, dude. And I also already said no. Just go away. No. I don't want your shit. Go. Go away and tell all your minions and your buddies, or to use one of our favourite person's words, associates, that Blind Flight Simmer channel is not interested in your bollocks, overlays, and banners, so get out.
280 knots indicated. Minus 1,368 feet per minute. 20,000 feet. Zero 91 degrees 11.8 nm. 1 SNR 0.93 degrees 3.3 nm. 1 SNRI 280/F220B. Next waypoint, swoon. Distance 14 nautical miles. Bearing 92 degrees 2 minutes 12 seconds. feet.
Well, there's no one around here, is there? Essentially got our own personal controller at this point. I don't know any other aircraft in this sector.
Yeah, it's dead.
18,000 feet.
I thought it'd be a little bit busier actually on a Friday night. Certainly gets busier on the weekends. But about 17 hours a day pilot edge are open in all the available sectors, so pretty, you know, you can certainly get your money's worth if this is what you want. Double check the ADAS. He's just said that. So only Victor. Still variable at 3. What's the altimeter recording here?
Runways.
2983.
Nick Cantos.
So we'll go set.
My brother wants a haptic flight stick. Which one do you recommend?
It's on 29.77 right now. Start changing it.
Night Red.
See if that does
Donations
it.
are not necessary,
No,
but if you would like to support the stream
Alright,
in
we'll
any
just
way,
change it
visit
closer to the airport.
https://www.paypal.me/vipalox.
So we're coming up on Hydra. It's going to be 265 there. I don't know, to be honest with you, Nick. There's not many great options for a haptic flight stick.
16,000 feet.
Certainly not that are cheap. I don't really know of any, to be honest with you.
Vision 1982, contact Phoenix approach 128.65.
Sorry, you cut out
Gus
on the first several
Caution.
digits. Say frequency.
A vision on the descent.
Vision
Is there a way to get
1982,
text
Phoenix
ATIS?
approach 128.65.
128.65, vision 1982. Right. I know, right, Gus. Yeah, there's an ILS. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I didn't know if she said. I missed the first. Well, I got the 1, and then I didn't get the 2.8. Right. So we have info Victor. We're descending on the Hydra 1. Phoenix approach vision 1982. Just descending through 15,000. We have info Victor on the descending on the Hydra 1.
Vision 1982, Phoenix approach, Phoenix altimeter 2983.
Phoenix altimeter 2983, vision 1982. Okay, that's what we've already got. Well, we've got it, although First Officer and /TFM will not allow us to change it. It's currently set on 29.77, but yeah. There is this altimeter dialogue. That is, as you can see, on 7.77, we can change A3, set inches, and it gets forced. There you go, doesn't change. So, we will change it, for example, now we can try hitting B. It's now on 29.78, so it's getting closer, and you know, by the time we reach Phoenix, it will be on 2983. Rather annoying, though, that you cannot, you know, the First Officer doesn't seem to pull the altimeter from the meta or something. It pulls it from seemingly just your current position.
13,000 feet, 265 knots indicated.
But I come back to 250. I'll give us a little bit of speed brake.
Speed brake on.
260 knots indicated. Next waypoint, BUNT. Distance 10 nautical miles. Bearing 61 degrees 1 minute 46 seconds.
Going inbound punt.
Vision 1982, cleared ILS runway 8 approach, report established localizer.
Cleared ILS 8 approach, will report established localizer vision 1982. Alright. So we're already set up for the localized, for the ILS approach from the, well, there is no transition, but from the end of the star, so
252 knots indicated.
Fair enough.
ACDRT legs on slash 056 degrees 6.7 nm. 1 PUNT 230/0000 12000.
You're going to be 230 at punt. I might take control of the speed at this point and just stick 230 in there now.
Speed brake arm.
Help it out of it. And trust that VNav to, well, we got to take the speed at some point anyway, put it that way, so we may as well do it now.
Knots indicated.
It's going to take a minute to slow down anyway. It is a very long final, I think, of Phoenix.
239 knots indicated. ACD 056 degrees 1, PUNT 055 degrees 2, type 200 057 degree 3, 210/7000, 080 degrees 4, 50210/6000, 080 degrees 3.5, 210/5000 A.
See there, look, you're literally on
235 knots indicated.
080 degrees for
ACD 006 degrees 3.5 nm.
You do make a bit of a turn there,
080 degrees 3.6 nm.
back on 080. So I mean, pretty much jam all, we can arm approach and we should get it immediately or pretty easily.
232 knots indicated. Distance to destination 35/0.
Still 35 out.
10,523 feet laser. AC 055 degrees 10.6 at 1, type 210/8000 9000.
And then we're going to be 210 at Tyke.
Yeah, I mean when we did it into Denver, she brought us in on a 20 mile final. We didn't get the local until 12. So
United States 4.5 nautical miles, 55 degrees.
I was a little bit skeptical that it was going to fail, but it got it. Thankfully.
Oh yeah, I mean you're never going to get the local at 20 miles, especially in Flight Simulator.
Passing 10,000 feet.
It seems to have a range at which you can pick it up. It's not exact. It's not always very far out.
AC 055 degrees 7.3 nm. MCD speed indicated 2. Select 0. 210.
210 in now. Start getting slow down.
I caught one about 17, 18 out.
Speed brake arm.
It's going into Salt Lake, but they're so predictable.
Yeah.
Nav 111.75, course 78.
Okay. We're not picking nothing up on our nav radios right yet.
229 knots indicated.
See how hesitant this thing is to slow down. Give it some more speedway.
feet.
Nav 1 has localizer. Localizer is alive.
Okay, there we go. Nav radios are alive, finally. Although we're still 28 out.
222 knots indicated.
Now we're slowing
Robert
down a bit.
Houdin. There go the flaps.
ACDRT legs 055 degrees 3.5 nm. 1 type 210/8000 9000.
Nearly flaps.
Flaps 1.
There you go. It heard you. Flaps 1.
MCD Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.
There's your flaps, Robert.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1. Flaps 1. Flaps 1.
Light slope arrive.
Nav 1 has light slope.
Next waypoint. Pedal. Distance 6 knots. ACDRT 055 degrees 1.4 nm. 1 type 210/8000 055 degrees 1.4 nm.
Hey, coming up on Tyke.
208 knots indicated.
Looking good. We can probably slow down speed brake on it.
Robert Houdin.
8,000 feet.
LOL just feeling.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, well, it was definitely the right feeling.
ACDRT
It was time for flaps.
057 degrees 3.6 nm. 1 210/7000.
And then with 7,000 here, we're still got to be 210. See, look, it loves to run away on speed. The 7.3 in Microsoft, for anyone transitioning, you'll find it's a lot more of a slippier aircraft. You've got to really watch it. You need quite a bit of speed brake. If you're descending at like 1,500 feet a minute or more, the speed will not drastically, but it will slowly ebb away from you. And if you're trying to slow down, good luck.
Next waypoint. Distance 5 nautical miles.
Can be a pain. You got to really,
057 degrees 1.1 210/7000.
you know, you got to really pre-plan and slow down a bit ahead of time.
Distance to destination 21/057.
Alright.
240 knots indicated. 7,192 feet laser. 057 degrees 0.6 at 1 210/7000.
His tail.
Yeah,
7,000 feet.
no, I hammered the hell out of it when I tried it in Microsoft the other weekend rather.
240 knots indicated.
Oh yeah, I mean, P3Ds in comparison will slow down on a dime. you know, if you stick out a bit of speed brake, it will slow down. But this one, even
Robert
the speed
Hoodin.
brake can be a bit of a pain.
In P3D it slows down much faster.
Yeah, exactly.
I can
yeah.
stay on VNAV speed until like 20 miles out.
6500.
Yeah, Robert, yeah.
0.171, next waypoint.
And sometimes you can leave it on VNAV in Microsoft. I mean, the VNAV works pretty well, but it's just nice sometimes to get ahead of it and start managing speeds and give it a bit of a helping hand, because it
Ruben 202.
really likes to get ahead of you.
Is that more realistic or just it not working properly?
Microsoft.
No, that's more realistic, Ruben. Yeah, it's what IRL pilots say as well, that it's very slippery. P2D one just doesn't have a great flight model, I guess. Right, Cager, 5,000 or above, just slowed it down to 200 knots. Just to
208 knots indicated.
start getting us down a little bit.
5,614 feet later.
Because we are only 50 now.
Robert Hoodin. Just have control is nice.
Next waypoint, general, distance, 0.1.3 nm. ACDRT 1, K209/5000
I couldn't chunk the Microsoft one.
Okay, flaps 5 check.
Gus Paykleb. Speaking of Western flying, did you see that V1 Sim did an engine out of Reno?
Oh,
Very
God, did he?
mountainous place to do an engine out.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
Nightbird. Donations are not necessary, but if you would like to support the stream in any way, visit https://www.paypal.me/bipalogs.
We'll slow down now to 180 knots.
Speed brake on.
Light 1.
MC heading 251 nm.
Light 1. 46 down. Light 1.
Do it getting down a bit here.
47 down. Light 1.
ACDR, Microsoft flight. ACDR.
1 down.
Select edit 67.
26
ACDR legs 06 degrees 1.6 nm. 1. General 180/4000. 4,309.
5 down. Light 1.
Nav 1. 111.75. Course 78. Miles. Flight slow angle -3.0 degrees. -GS Canada W0 localizer.
27 down. Light 1.
Okay, we're looking alright, provided this thing actually gets the localizer.
CDU message displayed.
Speed light on. Speed light on. L light off. VNAV light off. Approach off.
There we go. Perfect. Vision 1982's localizer established.
MCD navigation. Left. CMDR. ACDR.
Vision 1982, contact Phoenix Tower 118.7.
Tower 118.7, Vision 1982.
MCD speed. Pilot common 44. Pilot. Pattern dot 0. M1.
197.
Come on. 170 knots indicated.
Speed is good. We stow the speed brakes. 8 miles, looking good. Got glide and loc at the same time there. I was kind of wondering when they were going to go off.
Distance to destination 8/0.
Phoenix Tower, Vision 1982. It's an 8 mile final 08 ILS.
Connect. 181 knots indicated. ACDRT like Microsoft flights. MCD speed common 44. Indicated speed default.
Alright, speed 160. We'll bring it back. Go gear down.
AC Microsoft flight. KPHx pilot net break common 5. Extra protocol. MC altitude common 4. Common NF. KPHx Phoenix NF. Influence proceed to heading level. Additional remarks heading level. Operations heading level 3. Light gear level. Location heading level 4.
Flaps 15 is checked.
Yes.
Flaps 15.
Flight dialog. NF table 40. Common 218.7 RW.
I was 1187.
Pattern drop. Edit blank. Dot 0. M16118.7. Come on. NF. Common 218.7 RW. 0/26
Yeah. That was my bad. Phoenix Tower, Vision 1982 is a 5 mile final ILS 08.
1982 Phoenix Tower, only 8 clear to land.
Only cleared land, Vision 1982.
Walker 1905, stepped on second.
Distance to destination 4/150.
We'll plug in 143, which is going to be our final approach.
Walker 1905, Squawker 1905.
There's that guy? Yeah, because I think this is Marcus. He's been on Pilot Edge for years. OG controller. We can go flaps 30. Yeah. Shut up. You're fine. Look at him coming out 40 degrees. There we go.
I think it was 18.7.
Stabilized. Yeah, you're right, Gus. It was. Good thinking there. Well, I got it off air nav anyway, but yes, it was. Not 19.
Landing gear.
Down.
I think I read it back correctly and wrote the wrong
Checklist
thing.
complete.
Great. Anyway, there we go. Stable.
Approaching runway 08.
Yeah, check. Sync altimeter. Now it's okay. It's still not what they told it was going to be, but anyway, MSFS weather for you, I guess. Right, 500. Continuing.
400.
There goes the back trim for the flare.
300. 200.
Minimums.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Hold it.
Speed breakout.
Not bad. Reverses.
Reverse thrust.
Decent touchdown.
34 knots. 121 knots.
Could have been a little bit more floaty, but it was decent, I'd say.
100 knots.
96 knots.
80 knots.
83 knots.
Shut up, window heat.
70 knots.
Nonsense.
60 knots.
58 knots.
Reverse idle.
36 knots.
Phoenix Tower, Vision 1982 will disconnect here on 08. Have a great evening. Afternoon, whatever it is. I was on this one, I think. Alright, there we go. Don't know where the controller went.
Robert Houdin. Nice one.
Yeah. What was it? Negative 277. Yeah, not bad. Alright. Okay-ish. Flaps up. Our controller's probably still pissed off after Marshall called him a dork. Right, after landing flow.
More than likely.
Alright, here we go. Flaps coming out. Right, we're just going to set the parking brake. We're just going to bring up FSA. We'll submit the flight on there. NVDA is probably going to lag. Let me just restart it. That's what it always ends up doing for some reason. I don't know why it does
Robin
this.
Kipp. Congratulations. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks Rob. It was pretty decent. FSA stopped responding. Yeah, fuck off. Right, yeah, let's go to a gate. Find a gate. Where's the, I don't want a military. That's cargo. There we go, I'll do. It's probably a gate. Okay.
Ruben 202. Nice landing.
APU should be. Yeah, thanks, Ruben.
It went through anyway.
Yeah, it always does. It's bullshit FSL. Right, do I shut down? Shut up. There's the engines. We'll go to services. We'll request the chocks. Request the ground power. Very nice. Ground power. Just go to ground power. Now, thank you. Bus transfer. And that is all good for us. There goes the flight deck door. And there we are on the ground in Phoenix, where it's 108 degrees, so I'm very glad I am not in Phoenix. Do our secure flow here, get our IRSs off and APU shut down. Max off and all that.
Left back off. Light back off. Isolation valve open. Isolation valve off. Selector off.
Ruben 202. FS Airlines recorded negative 250 FPM.
Oh, there you go. Well, slightly better than TFM then. Yeah, decent. Usually is a little bit better, but yeah. There we go. APU should go off momentarily. So yeah, that was Pilot Edge. You know, I mean, my overall thoughts on it, and we are going to do a podcast on it. You know, it's a great network. They've been really helpful with us blind pilots. They've added the necessary permissions for us to reposition and really understanding. Obviously, it is an expense. It's not for everybody, certainly not for beginners, and it is limited in what you know area you've got. I know that probably puts a lot of people off. There's a lot you can do in that area. There's a lot of airports, a lot of regionals, a lot of large airports. I mean, it's a good few thousand miles. They have events on, so once per year they switch it up and go up to the other side of the US, up to New York and Boston and that kind of area, Miami. So there is stuff that they have on, and ultimately, because you can pay monthly, this is what I'm doing anyway. I'm not paying for it yearly because I'm just not going to use it every month, you know. I just don't have the time. Some months I might say, okay, you know, I've got uni stuff on or whatever it may be. I just can't really say that I'm going to use Pilot Edge enough. But on some months, you know, it's great to do it. And that way as well, you don't get tired of it, because if Pilot Edge was all we had and you were using it for 12 months a year just flying in this area, it would certainly get boring, because, yeah, obviously there's only so many times you can fly to Denver, Salt Lake, Phoenix, LA, and blah, blah, blah. You know, if you want to go to big commercial airports, sure, there's only so many you can do. But when you do it, it's great for proficiency. It's great for really enhancing your skills, because there's a lot more you have to do on here in terms of being really vigilant on procedures, altitudes, frequencies, and yeah. I mean, you saw there, just with my mistake on the tower frequency, how dangerous, you know, well, not dangerous, but how this can be. If that had been on VATSIM, it's not a problem. You know, you just go to the controller tree view and click on the tower, right? But in my case, you know, we're steaming in on final. I read back, but typed in the wrong tower frequency. Nobody answers because they can't hear you, because that's, you know, it's realistic. What are you going to do? You know, so luckily I had AirNav open, and that's a great website, a great tool that I recommend for frequencies and the charts. So you can pop in there, double check the frequency, and then go back and type it in. And it's also on, the frequency will also be on the particular star chart. But you know, it's yeah, that's how it is. It's very cool, very cool. And just even, you know, the fact that we can fly on a network that is used by flight schools to train pilots is really, I mean, this is it, right? This is as far as you can go as a blind pilot in terms of commercial airliners. You know, there's nothing more really that we are going to be able to do in terms of ATC or whatever. This is literally it. I mean, you've literally just flown a flight as they would in the real world and as they might on a flight school. So it's meant to be intense, you know. But it's really cool that we're able to do it, and really cool that the Pilot Edge team have been helpful for several years, actually. I mean, you might remember I did a video of Pilot Edge several years ago into Vegas. So we have flown it before. Me and Rob tried it before, and I know several people tried it before us, before TFM, and you know, didn't have the best experiences simply because the software was not really adequate to allow you to follow all the procedures. But we tried it, and you know, we enjoyed it a few years back, but you know, we knew slightly less than we know now, and after trying it for a little while, we just kind of stopped using it. And you know, over the past few months, Rob got back into it, and then I tried it out again, and it's been very very fun. So yeah, hopefully expect to see a few more Pilot Edge videos on the channel.
And then I decided.
Yeah, then Marshall decided to try it out. So that's 3 blind pilots on there. If you're proficient, I'd say, go ahead and try it out. But you've really got to be prepared, and but I can't say it'll be on every stream because it is hectic, and it doesn't give me much time to chat with you guys as well, because I'm constantly having to focus on what we're doing. Especially today, it was a nice short flight. So obviously VATSIM is a bit more chill, and gives me time to actually interact with chat, which is part of what the stream is about. So we will do that as well. We'll continue VATSIM probably more frequently than Pilot Edge, but hopefully we can make it a bit of a thing on the channel where we do a Pilot Edge flight every few months, because I hope they're informative, and it's great to have some some documented kind of proof that blind pilots are on Pilot Edge, and here's how we're doing it. So as I say, keep an eye out for the podcast. I won't go into too many details because we haven't actually recorded it yet, so things can always get called off. But we are going to have a member from or a staff member from Pilot Edge to chat with us, and we will be chatting about Pilot Edge and blind pilots and blah blah blah. So look out for that. It's going to be pretty cool, hopefully. And it'll go on the YouTube, and it'll go on the BVI podcast feeds on iTunes and Apple Podcasts, and Google and Spreaker and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll leave the chat open for a few minutes before we end the stream in case there was anything people were trying to say. I'd have to check chat as well, actually, because I wasn't paying much attention to it there for 20 minutes or so. But yeah, how have you found it, Marshall?
Yeah, apart from the fact I obviously made a few mistakes today, and it was my first and second time on there, if you discount my failed attempts yesterday, because the repositioning permissions weren't applied, even though we misunderstood each other, me and Pilot Edge, and we thought they were. Yeah, it's been great. They've been really accommodating, a lot more accommodating than I actually thought they were going to be when I made that mistake just now. I thought I was going to get kicked off. But yeah, really accommodating, and really feel like, especially with the repositioning stuff, unlike VATSIM, obviously it's the same few sort of controllers rotating, and they've obviously been briefed by their ops team, so when we call to reposition, we don't have to spend 45 minutes sometimes trying to coordinate. And I'm sure if we do any of the busier Pilot Edge events or any busier airports, it's not going to be, sure we'll have to wait, but they'll know what's going on, they'll know what's going down. So
oh yeah, I think we've had several new controllers we've never heard before when we've repositioned, and none of them have thrown up a fuss because they've all been informed by ops, which is a very clear advantage of having these kind of meetings and a centralized ops thing. And it's demonstrated to me, I think, more than anything, the problems we already knew existed with VATSIM and repositioning, like that you can struggle to because there's no centralized division for the world, essentially. It does cause issues with repositioning, because we have to essentially get divisions to know about us one by one, but that's just how it is. Pilot Edge is a smaller chunk of airspace, but it's on, so if you're planning a flight on VATSIM, you never know.
Yeah, sometimes the only way to get them to know about us is to fly there and throw them in straight at it.
Yeah, sit there and PM them and tell them about it, and then get their oh, what this is not allowable, or what's going on, and then sometimes it happens, but yeah, and of course the fact that ATC is going to be there is very nice. So that is
yeah, exactly.
a big plus. VATSIM, you just you might get a center, and then you log on and you start your flight planning, and you think you're gonna have ATC, and then all of a sudden they're gone, and it's like, oh, same with Arrival. You can plan a whole flight around LA sensors on. I'm gonna go in LA, and then they've gone. So stuff happens.
Yeah, exactly.
There is an archive, so if people want to yeah, go on.
I do like their audio codec as well. It does have a lot of compression and a lot of limiting to keep people's mics under control.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, I know there's always been talk about VATSIM audio levels, and the inability apparently of anything to be done about that, but Pilot Edge has done a really good job.
Ruben
Nobody's ever too loud.
202.
Nobody's ever too quiet.
Now
Everyone's
that
the
you've
same
landed,
volume.
is it okay for me to join now?
Yeah, that's fine, Ruben. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and you
probably
can't
gonna
drive
disconnect the stream in a minute, but yeah.
You can't drive it that hard that it's gonna peak out and distort.
No, like you're not constantly, VPilot. You can have it where a controller's super quiet and the pilot's super loud. This thing, you set your volume slider, and that's pretty much where you're gonna leave it. Obviously, I jiggle it around during the pre-flight and stuff because I've got so much going on. I don't need to hear it necessarily, but once you're in cruise and stuff, you can pretty much just leave it there, and you can guarantee everyone's going to be on the same thing. Quite, no, name 507.
Oh, I guess that's Ruben then.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll end the stream there. I hope you all enjoyed the Pilot Edge flight. I'm sure we'll be back for more. Yes. So keep an eye out for the podcast. If you've got any questions, you can always comment them when the stream archives. I mean, if you are a blind pilot, I would say certainly make sure that you are proficient with VATSIM or things like that before going on a Pilot Edge. Like I was going to say, there is an archives page where you can listen to archives of the ATC recordings. You'll be able to hear Marshall call the controller a dork if you go on there. Not that it was intentional. And if you also get the receivers application, which I think it works for Mac. I'm not sure how the Windows one is. I think we've had some issues. But you can also listen in that way to the live ATC. So you can listen in, but make sure you're proficient. I'm just saying, don't watch the stream and think, oh, it's easy. I'm going to go on there and just, no. And the thing is, it's paid.
Trust me.
No, it's not easy.
Trust me. I thought I was ready. I thought I was fully ready today when I switched over from VATSIM, and I still made a couple of mistakes, and I'm still a bit embarrassed by them. What were they doing?
Yeah, they take it seriously. Yeah, I'll move in a second. They take it seriously. But yeah, it's you do need to, of course, to be of a certain age anyway, because you have to provide financial details. So it's not like they get kids on there, or somebody can sign up with mummy's card and fuck around. So there is that, but still, even if you are of that age, make sure you're proficient, especially as a blind pilot, I'd say, because there are a limited number of us on here. Even less than that, and so we don't want to get a bad rep as cowboy pilots. And I'd say, so far, although we've made some minor, mistakes here and there, I don't think we've had any crashes or anything crazy like that. So, no cowboy approaches. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And I guess I will see you probably on the weekly update video, or if not, then the next stream. Alright, see you later. Thanks, Gus, Robert, Rob, and Ruben in chat. No thanks to the idiot with the banners, fuck off, and everyone else who interacted in chat, and TT.